Okay, I'm recording. So welcome everybody to Advanced Pharmacology course overview. I've put together a PowerPoint, and again, this is just a real quick course overview, but knowing that we will be meeting, I'm sorry, those are my dogs, and I just put their bark collars on, but my husband is just getting home from hunting, so I very much apologize for their interrupting. And so, like I said before, we have weekly synchronous learning conferences that will meet every Tuesday at noon Central Time. So this is just a real basic overview of advanced pharmacology. And so let's get started. So I'm Dr. Sheila Mady, and this is my family. Of course, this is myself. I have 3 boys. Ranging from 32 down to 20. And then I have 2 little granddaughters. Kendall Grace is 3, she just turned 3. And Miss Olivia Margaret will be turning 2 in February. So one comes from my oldest son and my middle son. Thank goodness, right? So here is my contact number. Feel free to text me. If you do text me, just let me know who you are. But texting works really well for me if you need to get a hold of me. Of course, you can always email me through Herzing. Of course, I will always answer that as well. But if it's something that you might need right away, go ahead and feel free to text me. I'm up at all different hours. Working online does offer that flexibility. So just know that if you text me and I don't answer back, that just means that I may not be available at that exact moment, but I definitely will get back to you. So I hope you all have my information. You can also find it on the syllabus. All right, so during this course, we're going to advance your knowledge of pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, and pharmacotherapeutics in the management of health and disease states. Major categories of pharmacological agents will be examined in the context of lifespan, culture, health, and disease states. And so this is a very, very informative course. There's a lot of information presented, but I believe it's presented in an organized fashion to where you really will be able to grasp the information. Please don't feel overwhelmed. Take some big deep breaths and we're just going to dive in. So here are your course outcomes. I'll let you read those. You can also find the course outcomes on the syllabus. If you ever want to know why you're doing what you're doing in an assignment, we always link those assignments back to a course outcome, just so you guys are understanding why we're asking you to do these different activities. So one of the major items that we will be using this semester is shadow health. And I know previously, the last couple days, there's been some IT difficulties with shadow health. I believe it has been taken care of. So I would ask for those of you who have not registered for your course to make sure and do that. I believe last time I looked, we had 7 of you registered. So any bits of information, Dr. Hauk, on shadow health before I continue? About the IT.
Okay. The IT issue is resolved. The only thing is when you're registering, all that means is just to click into Shadow Health and check out what's going in there. It'll automatically register you once you enter Shadow Health.
Okay. Okay. And it looks like I'm not connected. You guys can hear me okay? I'm connected through my computer. So
Yes, I can.
About that. Let me go ahead and disconnect from my phone. I don't know why I'm connected. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay.
Yes.
You're coming across good.
Okay. Okay. So we'll just continue. And so with shadow health, I would ask that you complete assignments in shadow health. This content can be accessed directly by clicking the shadow health link in the read me first of your Canvas course. So I know most of you have looked through your course. Make sure you get into that Read Me First area and go ahead and link into Shadow Health and register for your appropriate course. So in order to access Shadow Health, navigate to the modules page to view the links to Shadow Health. Click on the appropriate link for direct access to your assigned activities. And so this is what they may look like over here. So you're in Advanced Pharmacology. So make sure that you are in Advanced Pharmacology. So by using the links found in the modules tab, you will not need any type of course code. So if you're asked for a course code, make sure you're accessing Shadow Health through the links in Canvas only, okay? And then once you click into there, you'll notice Review Technical Requirements. It will look like the next picture, and you'll review that you have a computer, you have internet connection, headphones, and then any questions you can click there and then hit Next. Then you'll see a end user license agreement that you have reviewed and accepted the terms. And then once you see the enrollment receipt, click Continue to Course and you're in. So make sure that you have registered. I would ask that if you haven't registered yet, make sure and register by the end of this week. I would hope that you would all be registered by the end of the week. Any questions about Shadow Health from Jesse?
Yeah. Can you tell me again one more time that where I have to click? I just opened, sorry.
Sure. So go click on your modules tab, yes. And then it'll look like this, and it'll have Shadow Health, and there'll be a link right next to Shadow Health that'll look like a, it's a little chain link, and then click into Shadow Health, and then you should see this would be your next picture.
Okay, I saw that. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm just gonna go in my office here real quick. I'm gonna move. So 1 second, I'm just gonna go in my office here. Sorry about this. I didn't expect him home so soon, so. Okay. So Jesse, were you able to get into Shadow Health?
Yeah, I'm just looking into that one.
Sure.
Yeah, no problem. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And then make sure that once you get your receipt that you can continue to course, and then it'll guide you on what to do next. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then technical support you can also find in your Canvas module, but technical support is here as well. Feel free to email them if you have technical issues. There's also an 800 number. And then of course their hours are listed here. I cannot help you with IT issues with Shadow Health. And so make sure that you contact them with any technical issues. And then from the top down, if we have technical issues that we know about, we definitely will let you know through either an email or an announcement. So I would ask that you check your announcements and your emails daily just to make sure of any important, that you're not going to miss any important information. Okay. So this is just a snapshot of what Unit 1 looks like. And so we have an introduction. So you'll have a vocabulary activity this week, and then you will have a discussion on alternative modalities this week. And then I would just ask that you introduce yourself within the Unit 1 discussion. You'll see my introduction there, and then just introduce yourself and welcome your classmates this week. Then you do have an assignment, which is a case study on polypharmacy. And this is a really interesting topic because we do see a lot of polypharmacy within our healthcare field. And so I believe I'm excited to read about your experiences with polypharmacy and different solutions. And then of course we have a quiz this week. So make sure that you know what is expected of you this week. There is quite a bit, but I believe if you organize yourself, put it on your calendar, make reminders that you will stay organized. Okay.
How many questions into it?
I'm sorry?
The quiz, how many questions?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how many questions. Dr. Hauk, do you know?
That is a good question. I think there is,
I think there's at least 20, isn't there?
yeah, but you know what? Go ahead and I'll give you that answer here in just a second. I'll go look.
Awesome.
Yeah, because
So Jesse, each week you'll notice within the announcements, I will put key concepts. And so these are the week 1 key concepts. So these are some things that if you know the answers to these key concepts, you will do well on your quiz. So feel free to take some time and answer, look over the key concepts that I post every week and write down those answers. And you should be successful in the quiz, but make sure you're doing your reading. Make sure that you're doing your activities in Shadow Health, because those activities will help you be successful on the quiz as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have an answer for you.
Awesome.
So there are 20 questions, and that's what there will be each week. You'll have 90 seconds per question. And you're not allowed to go back during taking that quiz. So be sure that you're kind of keeping an eye on the time and knowing how many more questions you have as you're going through.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Dr. Hauk.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can find these key concepts in your announcements as well, Jesse. And so each week I will post these on Friday or Saturday the week before. So you'll have plenty of time to start working on making sure that you're successful in your quizzes. But you also have them here in your PowerPoint, and I will send this PowerPoint out to everybody once we are done. Okay?
Thank you.
So any questions on where to find the key concepts?
No.
Okay, awesome. So then Unit 2, we're going to talk about pharmacology for cardiovascular disorders. And this is a pretty large topic, there's a lot of meds that we deal with cardiovascular disorders. Again, you have an introduction, you have Unit 2 discussion on treating hypertensive urgencies, treatment of hyperlipidemia, and then you also have an assignment, antihypertensive concept lab, and you also have a paper which is worth 40 points, and then you also have a quiz. So each week is packed full of useful information so you can be successful in pharmacology, and of course advanced pharmacology. So there is a lot of information being presented each week, and again, if you stay up on it and you stay organized, you will be very successful. If you utilize all of the resources we're offering you, you also will be successful. Okay. And these are just snippets of what the actual module looks like in your Canvas course. Again, here are your quiz 2 key concepts. You can kind of follow through. This is a great picture that Dr. Hauk provided us with, and go ahead and utilize it to help answer your quiz questions. This is more of our concept map, more of our visual learners here. Or if you want to know more, the reference, of course, is towards the bottom. Feel free to look up this reference as well. Here again is Unit 3. We're going to talk about respiratory disorders. Again, we have an introduction. We have an assignment. You have an anti-asthmatics concept lab. You've got 2 different discussion questions and a quiz in week 3. So not as heavy as week 2, but it is pretty heavy. Okay. And I know this is pretty fast, but this is just a quick overview of advanced pharmacology. Here again are your week 3 quiz key concepts. Make sure that you look through those, make sure you answer those, and you will be successful on the quiz. Unit 4, we're going to talk about endocrine disorders. Again, you've got 2 discussion questions. You've got your first Shadow Health assignment here, talking about hypertension and diabetes. And then you've got a quiz in week 4 as well. So your discussion questions are due, your initial response, they're always due by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. But then we're also asking you to be present at least 3 days during the week. So as long as you answer your main discussion question by Wednesday, and then you come in on 2 other days during the week, you will meet that attendance criteria. So I don't think this is any different than how it has always been. You have to be present at least 3 different days during the week. You always have to have your initial discussion question done by Wednesday. I don't think this is any different than any of your other courses. So, any questions so far, Jessie?
No.
Has anybody else joined us? Can anybody see?
No, I think.
Okay.
I don't see anyone. It's the 3 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to address them by name if they show up. So now week 4, here's your key concepts. There's quite a few of them, but there's quite a few with endocrine as well. We've got a lot of the thyroid stuff. We've got a lot of diabetes, hormone stuff. It's hormonal. We know how, there's just a lot this week. So make sure that you start working on your key concepts early so you're not caught off guard come Sunday and you haven't done your quiz yet. These will be provided for you early. Like if you utilize the PowerPoint that I will email you today, you'll have those ahead of time. If not, I will post your weekly key concepts on Friday for the next week. So you have plenty of time to work on those, okay? Week 5, we're going to talk about GI and blood disorders. You've got 2 discussion questions. You've got an assignment, a case study on inflammatory bowel disease. And then, of course, you have your quiz this week. Okay. Here are your key concepts for week 5. Make sure that, again, that you have these next to you and that you work on these and answer them to the best of your ability. More detail, the better. That might help you with your success on the quiz. Unit 6, we're talking about immune disorders and anti-infectives. Now this week you only have 1 discussion question, but you also have an assignment and then a quiz. So week 6 we can kind of breathe a little bit, but there is quite a bit of information needed for the quiz. And so here's your key concepts for week 6 quiz. Look through those. If you don't know the name of a medication, make sure and look it up. Make sure that you know the side effects, the warning, the adverse reactions. Make sure you know all the negative parts of it as well as the positive parts of it. And then it looks like we're going to be doing some weight-based dosage calculations, which are always fun. So make sure that you know how to do those, okay? Unit 7, we're going to talk about musculoskeletal disorders, neurological, psychological, and pain management. And I know nowadays, I have a friend who works in pain management, and this is a huge area nowadays with pain management and being able to, pain is always different for everybody. And so in order to relieve someone's pain, it's never the same for the next person. And so I'm excited for this unit to see your discussions. So for Unit 7, we do have an analgesics concept lab. We've got 2 discussion questions. Here is your second shadow health. This is on pain. And then you've got your quiz, Unit 7 quiz, okay? Here are your key concepts for week 7 quiz, quite a few of them. Again, if you don't know the name of the drug, please look it up and make sure that you're aware of everything that has to do with that medication. Know the differences between SSRIs, SNRIs, and NDRIs. Make sure that you understand what those are. And then lastly, our week 8 is just a reflection. So we're asking you to reflect on the course overall and then your last shadow health. And Dr. Hauk, can you Can you speak to the last shadow health? I wasn't able to see exactly what that might be.
That's a good question. We'll see what the last one is.
Yeah, I figured you could look at that for me. I'm not sure if it's just, closing out your shadow health for this specific course, but I would also ask that you upload, and this is where I might need Dr. Houck's help. Whenever you have a shadow health concept lab or a shadow health assignment, make sure you upload your, what is it called, a grade receipt or
Lab pass.
a lab pass. Make sure you upload your lab pass into the actual grade book. That's how I get your grade and calculate it, because I have to manually calculate it. And so if you successfully upload your lab pass, then it's pretty easy to do that. If I don't see that lab pass, I will ask you, I'll follow up with you and make sure you know how to do that, but make sure that you are uploading your lab pass. Any other words of wisdom, Dr. Houck, on that?
No, I think that's great. There's actually not an assignment in there. I'm not quite sure why that's showing up in our modules, but that's not an assignment that's in the grade book at all.
Woohoo! That's all right.
Yeah,
then.
that's always a good thing.
That's awesome. Okay. So once you do your first shadow health assignment, you'll understand what I mean by lab pass. Once you're complete, you'll get a receipt, a lab pass receipt, and that's what you need to upload into the actual, that's what you need to submit into the assignment area, into the, I don't know if we call them drop boxes, but that's what you need to submit. And then that way it has your, what you received from shadow health, and then I calculate your grade and manually add that to the grade book. Does that make sense, Jessie?
Yes.
Okay.
And from where we can download grade pass? What is the lab pass?
Yeah. You'll download it and then you'll upload it into your actual specific area for that assignment. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Now remember, with week 8, they're always short weeks. And so week 8 is always due Tuesdays by 11:59 a.m., noon. It's not p.m., it's noon. So you've got Monday and half a day Tuesday to do your Unit 8 discussion reflection. So make sure that you do that prior to noon on Tuesday. Okay, and I'll remind you throughout the semester when we get closer to week 8 of when it ends. The other thing that we have in this course are synchronous learning conferences every Tuesday at noon Central Standard Time. And you should see this in your announcements where I've provided the Zoom link and then the specific dates. And so November 3rd is today, so you won't see that on your announcement here. But our next one is every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Click on the link and you should be good to go. Okay. So thank you and welcome to Advanced Pharmacology. And if you guys have any questions after listening to the recording, please reach out to me via text or email. I will definitely get back to you right away. I will be present with you throughout these whole next 8 weeks. So please take some big, deep breaths. Relax as much as you can. There is a lot of information to help guide your success. And so with that being said, anything else, Dr. Houck?
Did you talk about our tutors that we have?
You know what? I did not. Thank you. We've got 9 minutes left, so feel free.
Okay, so you'll notice that in the course that we have a tutor. The easiest way I think to find them is to click on the People tab in your course, and you go through there and you can see which ones are listed as faculty, who's a student, and then you'll see that person listed in there as a tutor. So if you get done with your first test or your second test quizzes and you see the grade's not quite what you thought it should be, these ladies have a lot of great information for you. What we found in the past is that it's usually test-taking skills that is causing the problem. These particular questions that we have on these quizzes are really geared towards the types of quizzes that you would see on a national exam. So it's kind of getting you in that mind frame of how to take those tests. So by all means, reach out to those ladies. They are a wealth of information.
Thank
The
you.
other thing, did you talk about the difference in the point value of the shadow health assignments?
I did not. Thank you for that.
Okay, that's the other big confusion. There are 2 shadow healths that are going to be worth 40 points. Those are due in week 4 and in week 7. However, you have an assignment in shadow health just about every week. Those are not optional. You need to make at least a 75% on those, and you still upload those just like you do the ones that are for points. What may confuse you is that when we go to grade those, we're going to give you a 0 for the assignment. That's the grade that you want to have. So don't think that we're giving you a 0 and it's a bad thing. This is the one time that a 0 is a great thing on those assignments because they're not worth points.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. That's all I have.
Awesome. So I was able to, while Dr. Houck was talking, I was able to bring up your academic coach, and you can see here on the screen where Althea Brown is your academic coach, and you're able to just click on her name and email her. I would also let me know that when you're reaching out to your academic coach, just so I know that you're getting coached, or tutored, not coached, but tutored, just to keep me in the loop. But otherwise, I think that's all I had as well. Any other questions, Jessie, from you?
Do we have, can we get answers for the quizzes after the test?
I believe you'll be able to see your answers after your second time.
No.
And that way you'll be able to go back and look at those answers and utilize that information in your practice. Yes. Is that correct, Dr. Houck?
Did she ask if she could see the answers to her quiz?
I believe so.
After that, after the exam?
No.
Oh,
No.
No.
We don't provide those anymore. There was a time when we did, but that's a university policy now. So as you're going through, if there's a question that you think you may have missed and you want to know more information about that, that's where you'd reach out to your faculty and set up a time to go over that material.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
thank you for that.
No
Dr.
problem.
Houck. I appreciate that. Okay. So once this recording becomes available, you'll see it in the announcement section. So again, Jessie, you can look over this recording as need be. It'll be available there for you here within a short time. And then I would also ask, if you're reaching out, if you have any classmates reaching out, just have them listen to the recording and then reach out if they have any questions whatsoever. And we will just dive right into advanced pharmacology.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessie, for your presence today. And thank you, Dr. Houck, for your support. And I just appreciate having this opportunity to be present in your learning journey.
Thank you, Dr. Sheila and Dr. Houck. Okay.
Thank you.
For everything.
Have a good day.
Have a great
Same to
day,
you.
everybody.
Both of you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.